Hello and welcome to Epic Build. I am Faume and this is my build for the Major Construction Project for Episode 2. The theme for this week's Major Construction was floating. First question I asked myself when hearing the theme was, why would this building be floating? Certainly there are plenty of logical explanations for floating futuristic designs. But just last episode we had a futuristic theme, so I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. Why else might a building float? Well, I thought to myself, what if the chunk loaded upside down? Thankfully this week my idea came to me much earlier in the build time. Last week I was scrambling to put everything together at the last minute, but this week I had a much clearer path to follow and I was much more prepared to handle the time constraints, and I think many of the other competitors were as well. I'm very pleased with how much I was able to accomplish this week, and I managed to build a very respectable house with some decent... Hey! Get out of the way. With some decent landscaping outside, and a rather extensive tunnel network in such a tiny area. It was such a challenge to think upside down the entire time I was constructing this. It was difficult to create realistic slopes for what would be the ground, and especially difficult to create stairs upside down. Once I got started, I was immediately grateful for the extra 15 minutes I had for winning the minor challenge with Ron this week. It really allowed me to be ambitious with the scope of what I was going for and save that extra 15 minutes at the end to kind of fill in a lot of the details. And in this episode, I managed to dodge a huge disaster when one of the trees that I built was a little too close to the lava flow, and it managed to catch fire and almost spread to my house. But luckily, one of the judges was nearby and let me know, so I was able to take care of that before too much bad happened. But overall, I had a really great time. I had a lot of fun building this, and it was a great episode, and I can't wait for next week.